Welcome to another InWheelTime podcast. Welcome to the InWheelTime Car Talk Show. See, I stapled all this together.
You didn't turn the page again?
You know, I guess it's just one of those days that I don't want to move on.
Okay, well, I'll move on for you.
I love
Howdy.
I loved the last segment. I've loved all the segments, and I don't want them to go away.
She was very good. Every time we've talked to her, I love it.
Sure is. This is your place for all things automotive. The award-winning InWheelTime Car Talk Show coming up. Guys with Rides. We'll find out a different way to connect with cars. Later, Jeff has the racing calendar. Mars has This Week in Auto History, and I'll get you caught up on the stories making automotive news headlines. Howdy, along with Mike out of this world, Mars. We always need more Jeff Zekin. I'm Don Armstrong, David Ainsley, vacationing in the UP of Michigan.
But he is listening.
A couple of years ago at this time, I was up there with him and thoroughly enjoyed my time. I'd never been there. What an absolutely gorgeous place. In the summertime, that is.
That was August. Said the high was going to be 73 today.
Yeah. Thanks for rubbing it in, Dave. Rudy Samsel is with Guys with Rides. This company wanted to create the only online dealer-free community that provides a truly unique experience, a place to go for people to discover new cars, connect with like-minded collectible car enthusiasts, and share their stories about the cars that they love. Well, that sounds like the InWheelTime Car Talk Show. It's a marriage made in heaven, Rudy.
Very good.
Thank you. I think so, too. All right.
Yeah.
So I got the description. Now bring it down to our terms, your terms, our terms that we could all understand. So why am I going to go to Guys with Rides?
So I decided to create after my experiences at traditional intent auctions and online ones, particularly Bring a Trailer, I quickly discovered that you're not on a level playing field if you're bidding on a car. And so my goal here was to create a dealer-free environment. That doesn't mean I'm not anti-dealer. In fact, I support them with the variety of parts I buy. But if you own a classic or collector car that's been a family heirloom in particular, you want to find a good home for that car. And so I wanted to create a level playing field where private buyers and sellers could be a matchmaker for them on an online site.
How is it different than Hemmings?
So Hemmings does have a variety of dealer auctions on there, and auction and classifieds as well. So besides that, we have a community of. So besides that, the prices are also a lot less because we don't have the overhead that, say, a big Hemmings does. And what I'm trying to do is be the next step up, say, from putting your car on Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace. If you want to, particularly if you have a very rare car, if you're in a remote area, you can get more eyeballs on the car and get the car sold nationally, if not internationally. So a couple of years ago, I had a 76 Cadillac pickup, if you remember those. There were only 200 built. And through my search engine optimization techniques, a gentleman in Bern, Switzerland actually ended up buying that car and taking it to Switzerland. I don't know how he got around the streets, but that's the kind of service we offer.
Big snow tires, I'm sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, an interesting concept. So how many cars do you have on the site right now?
So right now, I just sold. Last week, I only had one. I like to call myself the David in an industry of Goliaths. And so I had one. And next week, I have a gentleman that has 6 motorcycles, interesting motorcycles. But typically, on a given week or so, I might have only 2 or 3. I will point out one thing. When Bring a Trailer started in 2014 doing auctions, they were only doing 3 a week. So small is good. Go ahead.
Is yours like an auction, or is it truly, I've got a car here, I inherited this car from my dad, and I want to sell it to somebody that's going to love it just as much as he did.
And I'm going to sell it for $20,000, and I'm firm on that. Do you do that?
I offer two options. So that example you just gave, I had a 62 Thunderbird across town here, and the daughters of the deceased owner asked for my help. So I said, in that situation, they're selling his house, and they need to get rid of the car or find a new home for it. They really wanted to find something because he loved that car. So we set it up. I said, let's start a no reserve auction, but we're going to start the bidding at $3,900. And we'll also offer it at a buy it now option of $6,000, depending on, it's a very nice 62 Thunderbird. However, it's been sitting for about 5 or 6 years. You can actually watch my YouTube channel and see how I got the car restarted and have it running again. But so ultimately what happened is they agreed to that. Bidding started at $3,900, and then on Thursday, the car sold for $4,600. Now, conversely, I have another gentleman he has a 1984 Ford Mustang SVO, 14,000 miles, and he's firm on the price. He's asking $19,500 for the car, and so we have the buy it now, or make an offer listing. So we're waiting for some offers to come in on that and see where it goes, and they can decide whether to stay firm on the 19.5 or accept if it's a reasonable counteroffer.
All the cars that you're selling on your site, are they all classics or antiques, or can you sell Jeff's Buick Envision 2025 model?
I haven't gone that new. I generally it's been, I think the newest I've had is recently had a 2014 Porsche 911. And a couple of years ago, I had a 2012 Rolls Royce. I'm not averse to anything relatively new. It depends on the car. If it makes sense.
So the Rolls Royce, did you insist that you take it for a test drive so you could figure out exactly what it was really all about?
Yeah, no, I rode in the car. And,
you did ride? Okay. Uh-huh. See, I knew
he rode in the back.
He rode in the back.
That's what. Yeah. I had to make sure everything was quiet.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you take any
research?
Did you take any Grey Poupon with you?
Well, that was already in the glove box.
All right. Gotta do it right.
Funny story about that car, though. The gentleman was handicapped, and he had one of those, I forget what those knobs are called that you might put on an old tractor.
Yeah. There's many words for them. Yep.
Yeah. Uh-huh. And he had that taken off after the sale, and the new, it ended up not selling on my site. It went to a competitive site, and he took that off, and the next buyer was not happy with the indent it made. And the steering wheel for that car, just the part, was, I think, $7,000.
Poof. Yeah, well, I think I'd have to take it down to the upholstery
for
shop.
For $1.98 ball that you put on it.
That's right.
Yeah. So the key thing here is I'm trying. It's $1 to list, and then you pay for a seller, and they only pay $49 more if the car sells. Conversely, a buyer, when they buy the car, so the gentleman the other day that purchased the Thunderbird for $4,600 only charged 1%, so $46 on the $4,600, and I capped that at $500. So compared to the traditional tent auctions, or even the online auctions, I believe I offer the lowest fares in the industry currently.
So you're kind of like a very personalized concierge,
right? That'd be a good
as
word.
far as the seller goes, kind of thing.
Great. I use white glove, but yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yes.
So if I understand it, and I think it's great because I know there's a lot of people that do inherit vehicles and they're not sure what to do with them, but they just don't want to turn them loose to just anybody.
Right.
What about as I'm a buyer? Do you do any of that kind of services? I'm looking for a particular kind of car.
I do. I get calls from time to time, and I do offer that. I haven't monetized that in any way. I just do it as a nice service. I will be candid about that. I'll get a call from somebody, and they'll ask, hey, I'm looking for this car. And so for my YouTube channel and the website, 6 days a week, I do a daily theme. Like today was Sports Car Saturday. And I challenge myself to find 7 vehicles under $15,000 that I would personally want in my garage. And so that often motivates people to reach out and say, hey, I'm looking for this car. And more often than not, when I do find it a couple of months later, they're like, oh, yeah, my circumstances have changed and I really can't, do the car.
Right.
So
spur of the
you run into a
moment
lot of
type
that.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Very interesting. So you got one on there today, and they're looking for more apparently. And I guess this is a nationwide deal.
Correct, it is. I have had a couple of cars from Canada a couple of years ago. I had a Volkswagen Beetle out of Winnipeg, and the gentleman restored, and he wasn't getting any eyeballs on the car there. Put it on the site, and
Because nobody lives there.
And
Do
if
you know
they
anybody
do,
that lives in Winnipeg? I know they got a hockey team. That's
that
about
guy.
it.
and
The
if
guy
they
that
do,
owns
they
the
don't
bug.
want to drive Volkswagen.
Yeah, exactly.
Volkswagen Club up there.
that's yeah. I had to laugh at it because coming from Western New York and having a Volkswagen Beetle in college, I can't even imagine you get frostbite on your feet driving that thing around.
Just your feet?
People don't understand the weather in Canada because it's Canada and it
Yeah.
gets cold up there.
Yeah,
And all I can think of is that Canadian highway. They would do all those trucker shows and the wrecks and stuff on there, and the snow going this way as opposed to straight down in a beautiful background. No, it's a highway that's come to a complete stop for hours on end. Yeah, I'm all good about that.
Where are you located, Rudy?
So I am in Flemington, New Jersey, and that's Hunterdon
Jersey.
County.
Are you from Jersey? I'm from Jersey, too.
No, I'm from Buffalo.
Okay.
From Buffalo.
He
I
was
live in
quick to
Jersey.
correct that.
Yeah, exactly.
But if you're not familiar with it, everybody hears Jersey and they think of Tony Soprano.
Exactly.
Yeah, but it's known as the Garden State.
That's right.
And I'm in Hunterdon County. So where I'm standing right now, Times Square is 52 miles that way, and the Liberty Bell in Philadelphia is 54 miles that way. So I'm out in the country. I'm about 8 miles from the Delaware River. And people don't realize it, but this, even I didn't when I moved down here 15 years ago. This area of the country, arguably the car culture is as strong as California. It's just that our season is much shorter.
Sure.
I could go to any cars and coffee around here, whether I go towards New York or Bucks County, and I will see anything you can imagine. I will see that I had never seen an Alfa Romeo Montreal. If you remember one of those, the guy brought that out one day. Of course, you see a cadre of Lamborghinis and Ferraris. So it's a very rich culture, and I've just been amazed with it.
Well, we had a friend that actually was from Long Island, did some drag racing there back at the beginning of the drag racing era. And he speaks very highly of the car culture up there. And, we're down here, we're in Houston, Texas. Who would have ever thunk in a million years that we've got a car culture in, we're talking about horses and guns down
Cowboys.
here. Yeah, cowboys. No, it's not that way. But yes, I found that the car culture is very rich all across the United States when I did
Absolutely.
the drag racing thing, and I can tell you it's alive and well. Well, we wish you the best of luck with your website and
Thank you.
your venture here. And it's great talking to you and learning about your website, guyswithrides.com, correct?
Thank you. And my heart thoughts and prayers go out to all the your listeners affected by the floods last week.
Yeah,
It's
terrible thing
heartbreaking.
in Central Texas, and we appreciate that, I can tell you. Rudy, it's great to talk to you. Take care of yourself. We'll be in touch.
Thanks,
All
Rudy.
right, thank you, boys.
Thank
Take
you.
care.
Rudy Samsel with
It's a good idea. I
it
like
is,
his idea.
guyswithrides.com. All right, why don't we take a little break, shall we? Just ahead, Jeff has the racing calendar, and Mars has This Week in Auto History.
All right.
I'll bring you some
Wait,
more of
it's a
this
good one
week's
too, right?
automotive news headlines. The InWheelTime Car Talk Show is back in a flash. The Tex-Mex dining experience is defined by Lupi Tortilla, your destination for Texas's best beef fajitas and frozen margaritas. Since 1983, Lupi Tortilla has served authentic and time-tested recipes made with the freshest ingredients. Atmosphere is part of the award-winning experience at Lupi Tortilla, all developed in a little house near Highway 6 and I-10 in West Houston. Visit any of the Lupi Tortillas and you'll see the same attention to detail in each and every location. Start your Lupi experience with queso flammeado and guacamole, along with a classic frozen margarita. Dine on famous Lupi beef and chicken fajitas, or pepper shrimp brochette, or a fish or vegetarian entree, and finish with a scrumptious flan for dessert. Find Lupi Tortilla in Houston, College Station, Beaumont, Austin, San Antonio, and Dallas-Fort Worth. There's a Texas location near you. The recipes are authentic and time-tested. The ingredients always fresh. Lupi Tortilla, he's pretty good. Apple or Android, InWheelTime podcast can be found everywhere, on the stream and through downloads. Whether you're on the road or at home and jonesing for a different kind of car talk show, give InWheelTime a try. Honest new car reviews, fun, informative interviews with real car people, weekly automotive news, features like Jeff's Car Culture and Mike's Driving Destinations, all on InWheelTime. Check us out on SiriusXM Podcasts, iHeartRadio, or while you're shopping on Amazon, through Amazon Music. InWheelTime.com has a list, and we know you love lists. Welcome back to the InWheelTime Car Talk Show. Hey, you're invited to join our live broadcast every Saturday, 10 to noon Central on InWheelTime.com, Facebook, and YouTube.com. And we hope you'll check us out from our home base here in the Sugar Shack Studios. If you miss us, you'll be able to catch all the action on your favorite podcast channel. Time now for the racing calendar, Jeffrey.
Okay. Hey, we've got IMSA Racing is coming up August 3rd, so it's a few weeks away at Road America. It will be on Peacock and at 2 p.m., so tune into that if you've got it. Formula One, not going on until the end of the month. You got the Belgian Grand Prix. That's going to be in Cirque du Spa, Francorchamps. You've got
Wait a minute, let me see that.
Yeah, right there. Look at that.
Cirque.
I think we had that for dinner last week.
Spa Franco-American Champs.
That's what I said.
I think they make SpaghettiOs.
44 laps. That's what they're going to do. And then you got Indy. Well, Indy's going to be July 12th, which is today. It's the Iowa race. It's going to be Iowa in Newton, Iowa. That goes on at 4 p.m. this afternoon. You also have Craftsman Trucks. They haven't been running a while, but July 25th, they're going to be out a few more weeks. Going to be doing that. Xfinity Series, the junior guys, they're going to be in Sonoma. That's this weekend. And, of course, the big boys are also in Sonoma as well. NHRA, they're off this week, I believe.
Yes, so I don't know. I don't keep up with them anymore.
Well, trying to get them
where
to
do you
join
find
us,
them?
and they're hard to find.
Where do you find them on television anymore?
Well,
it used to be on Fox, then it
TV.
goes to FS1. I don't
FS1,
have
and then it's
I am not buying
Amazon.
I'm not buying it.
Else.
I am not buying
Walmart.
television. Not happening.
3-day or 3-week-old television on top of that.
There you go.
All right, Mr. Mars, time now for This Week in Auto History.
Yeah, buddy. This week in auto history, 1907, Rolls-Royce Silver Ghost sets an endurance record by completing a 15,000-mile endurance race across Britain. Now, this is part of established their reputation for reliability and luxury. Now, this vehicle was named the Silver Ghost for its quiet ride and silver finish. Now, this also led to the famous slogan, "The best car in the world." A magazine, a journalist dubbed it that after watching it and how it performed in this event. Then in 1910, Alice Ramsey crosses America. She completed a 3,800-mile journey from New York to San Francisco, becoming the first woman to drive coast to coast across the U.S. Now, it took her 59 days to make this drive, and she endured mechanical breakdowns on paved roads, weather challenges. But anyway, this served to challenge other women to get involved. And in 2000, she was honored by the Automotive Hall of Fame for her achievement.
Well, she's got a nice jacket on, I'll tell you that.
I'm telling you.
It's a little toasty.
Had lots of
Didn't
stuff
she
under there.
steal it from her husband to do this?
1928, Chrysler buys Dodge from the Dodge brothers, kind of indirectly because they've been acquired partially by another company. Anyway, long story short, they had a reputation for quality and innovation, which gave Chrysler access to also a strong dealer network and a broader customer base. Now, this is part of what allowed Chrysler to become one of the big three automakers during their rise in the industry.
Now they only make one dang car.
I thought it was two.
Chrysler Pacifica is the only one I know of.
I think you're right. Also in 1957, the fabulous Fiat 500 debuts in Italy. It offered an affordable and efficient vehicle for a post-war population, which was really important for the development of Italy. It was a rear-engine city car. It had a 479cc two-cylinder engine with 15 horsepower. The 500 became a symbol of Italian urban life and helped motorize the nation and kind of got them moving after the war.
Uh-oh.
Then, in July 10th, 1962, Shelby Cobra production begins. The famous production of the legendary Shelby Cobra. Carroll Shelby's vision of combining a lightweight British AC Roadster with a powerful American Ford V8 birthed a performance icon. And to this day, there's kit cars galore out there mimicking this vehicle. It dominated road racing in the 1960s. It became a symbol of American ingenuity. Then in 1996, this one surprised me, GM was the first public viewing of the GM EV1.
You know who had one of those? Dan Patrick.
I remember.
Are you
that,
kidding
yeah.
me?
No, and it was a loaner because he had a radio show at the time.
Yeah, yeah.
And it was a loaner, and I got to see that thing up close. That was probably one of the ugliest cars I think I've ever seen.
Well, that may be why it didn't list. It
And
was
those that don't know, Dan Patrick is the Lieutenant Governor of Texas.
Yeah,
Now-
Lieutenant Dan.
Lieutenant Dan.
Look-
Lieutenant Dan.
The EV electric vehicle was viewed by the public in 1996 at the LA Auto Show. It's really the first mass-produced electric car from a major automaker. It was a bold step to zero-emission mobility, and as you can see, according to the world today, it didn't last very long. It was eventually canceled, sparked by public outcry.
Yeah, and they bought them all back, I think, or something.
Yeah, yeah. And they had there's a documentary called "Who Killed the Electric Car" about that vehicle. And
Dude,
that was
nobody
this
would
week-
buy that. Who would buy that?
Dan
Somebody
Patrick.
that has absolutely no taste whatsoever.
If it had an outboard motor on the back of it, I think
exactly.
you could do that. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see how far we can jump it off of the pier out into the ocean.
So
that
what
would be
you're
a good thing.
telling
Yeah.
me is that it's pretty much a boat anchor is what you're
Pretty
telling
much.
me.
That's what it
Pretty
is.
much.
The motor on the back.
This
There you
week
go.
in automotive history.
There you go. Thank you,
Well,
Michael.
thank you so much for that. Federal lawsuit alleges predatory and deceptive practices by a Missouri dealership involving the sale and financing of a used 2021 Volkswagen ID4. It's an electric. Including multiple unauthorized credit pulls, falsified income statements, and forced contract negotiations or renegotiations.
No.
Frederick and Sarah Evans contend that Sykeston Ford Lincoln in Sykeston engaged in a yo-yo scheme. Yo-yo. By offering credit terms it didn't mean to honor and then offering worse credit terms. The couple took possession of the vehicle. In subsequent iterations of the sales contract, the interest rate rose to 7.74%. The warranty dropped to 100,000 miles, and gap coverage, which the Evanses wanted, was eliminated, according to the suit. May 23rd complaint at Sykeston Ford inflated the Evanses' income on loan applications, submitted unauthorized applications to lenders without their knowledge, and failed to provide them with the paperwork necessary to register the car, damaging their credit rating. Ultimately, in August of last year, a dealership representative went with police to their home and threatened criminal charges unless they surrendered the car, which they reluctantly did.
No
They
take backs.
contacted the FBI, Missouri Attorney General, Better Business Bureau, and Federal Trade Commission, but failed to resolve the dispute before going to court. It seeks compensatory and punitive damages under the Equal Credit Opportunity Act, Truth in Lending Act, and State Consumer Protection Law, and for wrongful possession, negligence, and breach of contract. Oops. Oh, so sorry. We have a few minutes
At least
here.
they're
and
not from Florida.
we have a few minutes here, and I wanted to introduce everybody to my lovely daughter, Katie Armstrong, who I've talked about on this show many, many times. Katie, hi. Oh, wait a minute.
You got.
Wait a minute. I see.
I gave her the
Start
guess.
over.
I gave her
See,
the
I
guess.
thought you put her in your place, and then you gave her the
Well,
guess.
that's what we
That was
hooked.
the
That was
plan.
special.
Okay,
we
well,
hooked
go-
it up for.
now I can hear
That was
you.
2 hours ago. He
I had to
forgot.
press the button over here.
Hello.
Hello.
Thanks for coming.
So Katie, the world traveler with her satellite company, has gotten a promotion, and she is now the big cheese.
The big
Kinda.
cheese
I like
rocket
cheese.
scientist.
She gave me that look. No, I'm not.
No, just
You
part
are
of
the big cheese.
I'm not the big cheese. What were you saying?
Part of the big cheese.
Part of the big cheese, yeah, yeah. The world traveler that, how was your last trip to Croatia, Katie?
Once we got there, it was great, but the adventure of getting there was a nightmare.
Yeah, the trip from Denver
To Frankfurt.
And then the layover in Frankfurt was what, a day?
Was supposed to be 4 hours, and it ended up being a full day.
A full day. And then they go to this island in Croatia.
Yes.
Yeah, this is a company fun thing to go and do.
The company offsite.
Yeah.
Croatia has islands?
They do.
Yeah.
Very pretty country.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was beautiful.
The pictures that she sent back, yeah, we'd want to go there in the summertime. I don't know about that.
And a remote. We'll do a remote.
Do a remote.
Yeah.
Maybe we could offer that vacation destination a special deal. We'll do our show from there. You pay for the trip.
Yeah.
Do they drive on the right side of the road or the wrong side of the road?
The right.
Okay.
Are they up?
Correct.
The correct side.
So, for those of you that don't know, Katie is my engineer daughter that works for a satellite company. And she was in college for about 12, 14 years. And we finally got her graduated, and she's done okay for herself. She brought her boyfriend here to meet her mother and I, and he's okay.
I met him too.
He's sitting over there. Yeah.
He's a nice young man.
Yes,
Nice
he
young
is.
man.
And we're glad to have him, and it's good to meet him. So what are you working on at your job right now?
Well, my position is the launch lead for all of the satellites that we do launch from Vandenberg. We are usually on a SpaceX transporter mission. Transporter mission is a ride share for a bunch of different satellites. So we just buy a spot and then we...
So you're like the Uber of space.
They're the Uber for satellites. We are... The company that we work for is the Uber for the payloads that we put on a satellite.
Yeah. So it's a long lead.
I was going to say.
Yeah. And didn't you tell me that there's going to be like 3 satellites that you're launching on this one?
This one will be 2.
Two satellites. And each one has its own little life. It's onto itself. So you have to treat them as separate kind of things.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like putting 2 cars in the payload instead of 1.
Oh, and they're different makes, a Ford and a Chevy.
Well, one's going to be recalled.
Yeah, well, that's the Ford.
So if
That's the Ford one is being recalled.
if we wanted to get an InWheelTime satellite, could you get us a deal?
Sure.
Real, love the confidence. In
So we're kind of on a whirlwind tour today. Our next stop, when I leave the studio today, I'm taking them to Buc-ee's.
All right.
He's never been to Buc-ee's.
He's
so
going
we're
to he's gonna be outfitted in Bucky shorts
and then we're going to go meet
T-shirts.
her best friend over at Loopy 1. So it's going to be a fun-filled afternoon.
Watch out, Stan. He's coming your way.
Yeah, and I understand that they're back in town. So it ought to be a
He's
fun
coming your
time.
way, Stan.
All right, the InWheelTime Show. We're going to wrap things up here in just a minute after this quick break. You own a car you love. Well, why not let Gulf Coast Auto Shield protect it? Houstonian John Gray invites you to his state-of-the-art facility to introduce you to his specialist team of auto enthusiasts. We promise you'll be impressed. Whether you're looking to massage your original paint to a like-new appearance, apply a ceramic coating, install a paint protection film, nano-ceramic window tint, or new windshield protection called ExoShield, Gulf Coast Auto Shield is where Houston's car people go. Curbed your wheels? Instead of buying new, why not have them repaired? How about a professionally installed radar detector? Gulf Coast Auto Shield does that too. Get a peek inside the shop and look at the services offered by getting online and heading to gcautoshield.com. Better yet, stop by their facility at 11275 South Sam Houston Tollway, just south of the Southwest Freeway, and get a personal tour. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your place to go for all things exterior. Call them today, 832-930-5655 or gcautoshield.com. The award-winning InWheelTime Car Talk Show now reaches 5.3 million folks each year. Check us out on InWheelTime.com, the Odyssey Radio app, YouTube, Facebook, and just about every other entertainment source out there, including our live broadcast every Saturday, 10 to noon Central Time. The InWheelTime Car Talk Show has informative automotive guest interviews, new car reviews, along with popular features including Jeff's Car Culture, the latest new cars, cruise-ins, and racing dates. It's InWheelTime.com. Join us. Well, that's all for this week's InWheelTime Car Talk Show. Be sure and check us out online at InWheelTime.com. We're always looking for new, informative, and fun automotive things to bring to our global audience. If you have an idea, event, or a road trip destination you'd like for us to feature, let us know. Our email address is info@InWheelTime.com. When you're looking for award-winning car talk, you can find the InWheelTime Car Talk Show 24/7 on the InWheelTime app. And when you're on the road this summer, grab a podcast from your favorite podcast provider, including the new SiriusXM podcast channel and the Odyssey Radio app. We video stream our live show every Saturday 10 to noon on Facebook, YouTube, and InWheelTime.com. The InWheelTime Video Technical Director is we always need more Jeff Zekas.
Right.
The booking agent, video editor, people finder, and do-all, Mike Out of This World Mars, Chief Engineer David Ainsley. I'm Don Armstrong. Thank you, Katie Armstrong. Thank you, Marco, for coming. It's good to see you guys. Drive safe out there, stay cool, and enjoy your summer from all of us at the InWheelTime Car Talk Show. That's it for this podcast episode of the InWheelTime Car Show. I'm Don Armstrong, inviting you to join us for our live show every Saturday morning on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and our InWheelTime.com website. Podcasts are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeart Podcast, Podcast Addict, TuneIn, Pandora, and Amazon Music. Keep listening, and we'll see you soon.